We're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But we are against those.
Something big about to happen. I hear the beat tapping. We some fly rhyming felines rapping on the track. Better yet, grab a gat, cause we hot like Enzo. Doors closed, windows up, cause that's the way we like to ride. Windy City hitting. Check mic 1 2 1 2. We live, baby.
Hey, what's up, Chicago? And welcome back to Speak Your Mind Radio, episode 582. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Queen Star, aka Ms. Hip Hop. And today we'll be talking to R&B and pop singer, songwriter, musician Michael Gilas on his hot track, You, Me, and Miami. Plus, we'll talk how music saved his life. So without further ado, bringing up next to the mic, the one and only Michael Gilas. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great today. Thanks for the introduction. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Happy to be here, by the way. Really, thanks so much for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Your story intrigued me, so I just want to start things off with a traditional icebreaker question for all the artists. So let's get started. Michael, who is your favorite hip hop artist of all time, and why?
Jay-Z, absolutely. There's no question. I could give that in a second. I'll tell you why that is the truth.
Okay.
Because this is kind of an interesting story. I had a lot of friends who like hip hop, and I used to have a black Range Rover, Here I go, right? And I remember MTV Unplugged. I'm talking like mid 90s, I think. And Jay-Z was on it, right? And I wasn't really all that familiar with hip hop, and I wanted to check it out. You know what I mean? I was like, well, there's a lot of noise about it. I mean, people are making a lot of, it's getting bigger, and there's a lot of creativity in this. So I put it on. And he played a song called Girls, Girls, Girls.
Yeah.
Okay? It's my absolute favorite hip hop song of all time. The acoustic version is brilliant. And I remember thinking to myself, man, this guy's really good. I mean, the lyrics, he just weaves this story about all these girls, obviously, but it's so creative. I mean, anybody that doesn't know the song, put it on. You gotta listen.
Definitely.
And it hooked me on the hip hop thing. It hooked me on exploring it. Look, even with pop music, there's not every song I like. You know what I mean? But I never really understood it until I started to listen to that and him. And then I started to get into the, what he was all about. And there's a lot of street language in there that I had to sort of learn because I wasn't familiar with it, you know what I mean? So, and I would go to my friends, and here I am in this black Range Rover listening to Girls, Girls, Girls. You can imagine, right?
Imagine it. It's so funny.
Put that in your head, right?
Yeah.
Moving on the street, and I got it loud. Oh man, that was so funny. My friends were just like, I don't know, man. Make it too white, they would say.
Oh my God, that's great.
Oh yeah. But that really set me on a path to kind of really understanding and exploring different kinds of music.
Right.
And I do like the genre. I mean, like, I don't like every song, like I don't like every pop song. But right. When I listen with a different ear.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal answer. I love Jay-Z. And if you're watching Jay-Z, you have a new fan, okay?
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Okay, so Michael, why don't you reintroduce yourself to everyone out there and tell them where you're from and how music saved your life?
Well, my name is Michael Gilas. I'm living in San Diego now. It's beautiful out here, I have to say. And music, about 4 years ago, I fell off a horse. I broke my neck. And it was very bad. Obviously, you can imagine. I wound up in the trauma unit here in San Diego. They operated on me. I was a centimeter or two probably from being paralyzed or dead, one or the other, But the recovery was pretty brutal. And it was really music, and we could talk about that, but it was music that I only had music to sort of pull me out of this terribly dark hole that I was falling into. Because, breaking your neck is one thing, or the trauma of it, and then later on trying to recover from it is a whole nother event. And I think anybody that's having trauma and then trying to recover from that trauma. Sometimes that's as difficult as the trauma itself. So I experienced both of those things. And to some degree, you know, on those pills, I was hooked pretty bad. And that was another problem to try to, you know, and I did kick that. So all of that, all in all, it was a tough grind. But, you know, I'm here today with you, and that's nice.
Yeah, it is nice because, I mean, I have a lot of questions about the accident.
Sure.
Like, what's one thing you first realized that you lost within you going through that specific trauma?
I lost my ability to be myself. It was like I once said to a friend of mine, I miss myself. You know, I wasn't myself. I couldn't regain my strength. I couldn't regain myself mentally. You know, every little bit, even when you have a little pimple on your face, you think it's the end of the world. You know, it's like, it's just, everything just snowballed. And I just was falling further and further into a hole. It was like I was becoming the hole, you know? And as I kept sinking and the recovery kept becoming more and more difficult. So I lost myself completely. And slowly, though, like I said, I had music, and it was only as, you know, somebody said to me, you know, you should start writing those songs you always wanted to write. So I started doing that in my head, and I had broken my wrist too at the same time, my right wrist. So even eating food was difficult. I mean, try eating with your other hand.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not left-handed, you know, that's pretty tough too. And the whole process was pretty tough. But, you know, music pulled me out. I found a producer. I started writing songs. I got my voice back. Very slowly it happened. But I had a will to live and a reason to live. I don't think if I had music, I'm not sure I'd be here today, or certainly not in this condition. I think I would have been fallen into a very dark hole.
And with that being said, you may have fallen into the pits of a dark hole, just the opposite of where you are today. Mm-hmm. Who did you have on your journey to help you in your recovery?
Well, I remember doing this podcast with a woman that talked about trauma, and she said, what did you do? One of the things I stopped doing was trying to stop listening to that voice in my head that kept saying, you're done, you're a failure, you look what you've done, look what you've become, you know. And I stopped trying. I tried to put that voice aside, and I kept trying to tell myself, we can get there, you know, little by little, step by step. I had my brother, I had some friends around me, you know, but basically it was a journey alone. Yeah, I think they always are. I mean, if you know, the people leave your house and, you know, they're not around when you're by yourself. What do you do when you're alone? That voice starts playing very, very hard.
Yeah.
You know, even the people that aren't hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that voice is playing all the time. So I tried to stop pushing that voice. I pushed that voice away and said, okay, here we are. This is where we're at. We've got to climb every day. And I'm not telling you that every day wasn't tough. And some days I would slip back. And some days I feel like giving up. But I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And to anybody out there that's experiencing trauma, addiction, or any of the things that I went through, it's a daily grind. And you got to just find it within yourself to say, okay, here, I'm here now, but I can get here. And that's kind of what it is. I never thought about Billboard. I didn't think about any of those things then. I wasn't thinking, you know, this or me and you here today.
Yeah.
I mean, none of those things crossed my mind. I wasn't thinking, you know, I'm going to be on a podcast and I'm going to be number 13 on Billboard and all this. None of that crossed my mind. It was just, can I get out of this hole? Where's the rope to pull me out? And music was that rope. That's all it was. I wasn't dreaming of, you know, glory, so to speak.
Yeah. That's it's an incredible story, because if music helped save your life, I mean, I'm asking you, how do you feel with all this success? Like, you, me, and Miami hit the Billboard Hot 100 at number 43. And on top of that, you have over 140,000 listeners on Spotify alone. And you worked with one of the major top producers, Grammy-nominated producers, Alan Phillips, on this collaboration. How does the success feel?
And Brian Kennedy. And he worked with Rihanna and Chris Brown, and he co-produced that song.
Wow.
I worked with him in LA, and that was an absolute delight, you know, to work up there with those guys. I mean, you know those names I just mentioned, right? Yeah. So, you know, that was fantastic. But you're right, it was a tough going out. But I said I didn't think about that
No.
then. You know what I mean? How can you? You know what I mean?
How can you?
You're just thinking about surviving. You know,
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about thriving, but just surviving each day, really. But it, you know,
Surviving each day. How did you kick the pill habit?
the pill habit was really tough because once you start down that road, well, I was in the backyard here, and in San Diego, it was February, and I was about 3 weeks into it, and I was a zombie. You know, because it's either accept the pain, right, or take the pills. What are you going to do? You know, it's a tremendous physical pain, right? So I really thought if I continue down this road, I'm done. So I literally took the pills and threw them in the garbage bin, and I gutted it out. I don't know how I did it. It was excruciating pain, but I gutted it out, and it was nothing short of, I got to tell you, some nights I cried myself to sleep. But you know, yeah, it was, you know, the pills are tough. I can relate. I mean, you've seen all these things on television. You've seen the Netflix specials. You know, I got to tell you, I can relate to people. That's a tough go to kick that stuff. But you know, it's that or what choice you have.
Right.
You know, right. You're at a crossroad, so to speak. You know, so I pulled it out.
So you did it cold turkey.
I did a cold turkey.
That's incredible, man.
Cold turkey. I don't think I had much of a choice to wean down. You know, I just thought, where am I going? And my head started to clear, but that pain came back. So I kept just being in pain. So it was a kind of a thing, either clear your head or be in pain. So I chose the pain. But music, while I was writing songs, the pain went away.
Wow.
At least for that minute. It's a weird thing. Your mind can concentrate on something else.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing I can say to anybody that's going through their moment. If you can put your mind on something else, the pain goes away. It's a weird, it's kind of a bizarre thing, you know? Like if I told you just to squeeze your finger, like here, you wouldn't feel the pain in your foot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I see what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a hard thing to put yourself into that position, but once you concentrate on something else, that other thing sort of fades.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I did it. Yeah. I mean, I've seen all these gurus and all these people talk about stuff like this on, you know, these meditations and, you know, all these, you know, podcasts and stuff like that, or people on it. But I think that's the way I did it, you know? Mm-hmm.
So the accident, it snapped your neck. Like, so what abilities and your wrist too, what abilities that you lose that you had to
I lost my ability to go side to side. Really completely. I can't turn side to side that well. My up and down is pretty good, but I just lost my flexibility in my neck. But I you know, I'm here. I still, you know, I walk, I talk, I, you know, do everything, pretty much everything else I did. My wrist broke, and when my wrist broke, I had to sort of reteach myself how to play the guitar.
Yeah.
That was pretty tough because it was really shattered, and there's a plate in there now too. So because I fell on the wrist actually. So that took about a year. I couldn't pick up a cup for about a year. So,
oh my God.
yeah. But like I said, you know, I am beyond grateful because somehow I'm here with you. You know?
Yeah, such a blessing. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, come on, right? I mean, I have to count my lucky stars in a way. In a weird way, I don't think I would be here unless I broke my neck.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, I mean, I would have never gone this route. I probably would have never done all the things I've done. I would have never gone for the Billboard stuff. I mean, in a strange way, it brought me to this. I mean, so I look at it, you know, the sort of lemons into lemonade, you know, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. So do you still horseback ride?
No, I haven't been on. It's not that I wouldn't go. I just haven't been back on a horse. Mm-hmm. I think I'd get somebody, a trainer to kind of walk me around, or somebody close by. I wouldn't want to fall again, you know. But you know, I have not been. By the way, I love horses. I love horses. I do. I love horses. I'm a huge animal lover. It wasn't the horse's fault. You know, it was just an accident. I actually let go of I wasn't paying attention, and he kind of flipped me off, and I wound up going over the right-hand side, and you know, the rest is in 5 seconds, not even. Wow, right? Your life changed. Yeah, pretty drastic. But I did know something was wrong when I hit the ground, pretty badly, and I popped up and I was in a daze. I couldn't focus. Like everything just was spinning, and I knew I knew something was really wrong.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I definitely hear you. So let me ask you, Michael, between the trauma and the recovery, how did that affect you emotionally and creatively with You, Me, and Miami?
Well, those songs, I tried to push my pain away. I mean, initially I started writing songs about that. And I just tried to get away from that. I tried to be more upbeat, more. Look, I guess in essence, I am a hopeless romantic. I I guess I still believe in love. And those things that people, still gravitate towards. So the song is a hopeful guy who goes to Miami, meets a girl, has romantic in the city, sees this thing unfold, and that's kind of, Miami is sort of the mistress, if you will, and sort of sees the whole unfolding, this romance. And it's always their go-to when life gets tough mentally. They both go back to that moment. So that's kind of the way I kind of saw it, rather than trying to focus on my neck and my pain. I try to not focus on that. So, yeah, not so much reality as that. Yeah.
Would you consider You, Me, and Miami more of a pop song or partially R&B too?
I'd say it's partially R&B pop. Yeah, I mean it's intentional. I mean I love the R&B sound and that whole vibe. I like it. I like the up-tempo stuff. I don't really like writing down songs. I mean they're pretty, and there's lots of songs I like from other artists that are that are slow, but for myself I find them more enjoyable to write and sing upbeat, up-tempo songs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe you too. Maybe you like listening to up-tempo music. I do, rather than something that's negative or a down. Yeah.
So true. The video you shot for You, Me, and Miami, I love the set, the Miami Beach, because I've never been to Miami before, so I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
In the casino, the lights and everything. Man, that was a spectacular video, and it put you in a very, very good light. You looked happy, you looked cozy, you look at home.
Yeah.
You look great.
I'll tell you a funny thing about that video. It poured. It was raining. You don't notice it, right? But it was pouring rain. It rained for 4 days in a row. And we would wait with umbrellas underneath for hours, literally, until the rain kind of cleared, and then we had a moment to go out and shoot. Yeah, but you wouldn't notice that in the video. There was one scene on the bicycles where I had the umbrellas, it was pouring, was with the model next to me. And I said, we should just ditch the umbrellas and just drive off in the rain. You know what I mean?
How romantic. Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun and everybody enjoyed it. But it's still a lot of work because you got to stop and cut and do and stand here and do that. But they're very fun and they're enjoyable. But Miami was a nice setting and it was really pretty down there. And when the rain did break, the first day was sunny, it was nice. But even in the rain, it was really nice. Really enjoyed it. Yeah. I would take, anybody should one time in their life go to Miami, go to the beach, go to hang out. It's a nice vibe, the whole city,
That would be excellent. Yeah. I actually want to go to Miami just to relive that moment of me, you, and Miami.
Yeah.
Great
really.
Song.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Really.
Oh, you're welcome. So I made up this little game for us to play, and yeah, it's called Rapid Fire Questions Miami Style. Okay, so basically you just answer the question with one word and like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Do my best.
Okay. When you think of Miami in one word, what comes to mind?
Love.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. If you could perform You, Me, and Miami on any stage in the world, where would it be?
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, nice. What's one song on your playlist that gets you in the zone before a show?
I really got to think. Girls, girls, girls.
Yeah. Okay. If Miami had a particular smell, what would it be? Ocean breeze, perfume, or fresh money?
Ocean breeze for me.
Nice. Late nights in the studio or early morning writing sessions?
Early morning writing sessions. I'm not a night person at all. I turn to a pumpkin around 9:30.
Okay.
To let you know. I said, I'm looking for the pillow at 9:30.
Hey, I'm the same way.
I'm up around 5:30. And by 9:30, that's it. I mean, the eyes are getting heavy by 8:30, believe me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The studios are total out. I've tried it, by the way, in the evening. It just doesn't work for me. In afternoons, usually best, or actually mornings, I like a lot. I know a lot of people don't like to sing in the morning, but I do.
Okay. Dream music video cameo. Who's in it with you?
Oh my God. Teddy Swims.
Who?
Teddy Swims.
Oh, Debbie Swims. Who is that?
Teddy Swims.
Oh, Teddy Swims.
R&B singer.
Oh, okay.
I love him.
Okay.
I'd like Teddy Swims to be in a video with me. If I could have my, dream for Lady Gaga.
Wow.
If I could have it.
That's a great fantasy, Lady Gaga.
If I could have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Okay. And finally, but not least, what's the biggest speak your mind moment you've ever had in your entire life?
Entire life. I'd say the day my manager called me up and said, a huge moment was you debuted at number 21 on the chart. That was a big moment.
Wow.
I mean, every songwriter, I think, and everybody who ever plays an instrument wants to be on the radio. Mm-hmm. Everybody does. I mean, I think that's every dream of everyone who ever writes or sings, to hear the song on the radio. Mm-hmm. And the first time I heard my song on the radio was quite a moment. The disc jockey says to Michael Gilas, and afterwards they play somebody like Billie Eilish. That's pretty big.
That is.
That's a real moment. It's sort of like, wow, it's almost surreal. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's not me they're talking about.
Right.
It's like, who's that guy? So that oh, it's me.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happens. It becomes almost like something else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it goes when you hear yourself on the radio. It's a real bizarre thing. You know what I mean? But it's quite an experience, because how many people get to hear that? You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big speak your mind moment.
Definitely. So I have another question. It's the same question, but in a different text. So think of a moment in your life where you had to speak your mind on a subject matter, like, just like stand up for yourself type deal.
Yeah, I think when there was a couple of moments here when I had to really speak my mind about how I wanted the music to go. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of, how would I say it, people telling you should go another way. Mm. And that's not an easy thing to stand up and say, this is kind of how I want to go. Mm-hmm. That happened, I don't want to specifically say when it happened, but when it first started, some people wanted to pigeonhole me into a certain way, a country way almost. And that wasn't really me. So I had to sort of say, no.
That's right.
Yeah. And I stood up and said, well, and they said, I think you're not going the right way. And we parted company, so to speak. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it happens, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I had to say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I feel, and this is the way I want to go. This is the kind of music I like, and I don't want to really go. I just can't sing that. Actually, they had songs for me that they wanted me to sing, and I just didn't feel them. Mm-hmm. So they said, good luck. Goodbye.
They're lost.
Yeah.
As you hit the Billboard not once but twice and
three times actually. Yeah, actually three.
Three times.
So,
wow.
So so I look, maybe we could have done it differently, but I wanted to do it this way. I mean, I got to believe. I like that we have background singers. I like that a lot. I like that R&B sound. It's kind of the sound I had in my head from the beginning. So, that was a moment of going to go the way I want to do it.
Definitely.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a moment when I remember flying back in the plane going, I wonder if I did the right thing. You have those moments. You have those, absolutely, but I think we did the right thing.
I think you did too. Definitely. And this is the last question, but it's very important to me because as a host of Speak Your Mind Radio, I interview a lot of indie and independent artists. How important is independence in music and to you?
Well, you're right. I'm an independent artist. I would like a record contract at some point. It would be nice. We're talking about that. You know what I mean? But it's not easy as an independent artist. You're fighting the machine. It's so, I jokingly said to my friend, it's Michael, against Goliath here. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And it's not easy, especially when you're fighting Billboard. I mean, you see all those other names on the charts. Everywhere from Justin Bieber to Taylor Swift to, I mentioned those, Billie Eilish, all those people, Miley Cyrus. You see all these people on the charts, and it's amazing. But it's not an easy thing to be an independent. You really got to fight for every inch, every square. But it's important that I have my own creativity. And if we get a record deal and I can maintain the creativity, I'm all for that. Definitely. There has to, music, you got to feel your music, otherwise, what do you got,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Michael, for coming on today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Really. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
By the way, the next single will probably be out in January. I hope have you back.
In January?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Sigmund Freud Girlfriends, it's called.
Wait, say it again?
Sigmund Freud Girlfriends, it's called.
Sigmund Freud's Girlfriends.
Yeah. You'll hear the track. It's pretty up-tempo, pretty upbeat. Okay? Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's real different.
Yes. You gonna have a video for it?
There'll be a video for it. We're actually shooting the video they're gonna come to my house. Believe it or not, it's gonna be my first AI video.
Wow.
They're gonna come here, shoot me 360. That's how they do it. It's pretty amazing. And then they're gonna do this video with me and them. But I hope we can keep the integrity of me, not turn me into, Frankenstein or something.
Yeah, I don't want that.
You know what I mean? We don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
But you see a lot of these videos, they turn people into something that they're not. You know what I mean? But it's going to be exciting because I've never done anything like this before. So
right.
It's pretty cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You're moving along with technology, AI.
Yeah, we are to a point. We want to keep it. We don't want to make it a cartoon, so to speak. But we're going to try to keep that going because look, AI is here to stay.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting it. We use AI. We use AI stuff when we do stuff, even in the studio. We do stuff like that. Tweak this or do that. We do. I mean, I'm not afraid to say that we do. And it's sometimes it's necessary.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you again, Michael. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
You too. Have a great day.
You have a great day too. Bye.